We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome
So,
to. Hi, Artemis. How are you?
good day, because actually here in my country, it's already 10 o'clock in the
Yeah,
evening. So,
so extra shout out and thank you to participating in a live event when it's 10 o'clock at night your time. I really appreciate it. Um, we're going to, I'll let everyone sign on, give people a few minutes. Um, And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Today's today's live event is about the health science degree and how it's helped Artemis in his educational journey and with his career. He has a very interesting background. So I see people signing on. Nadine, how's it going? It's been a while. Jennifer, Zahir, Silva, Keith, Hanadi, Muhammad. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, we have somebody else from the Philippines. I don't know if you can see the comments coming in.
yeah,
We have
I'm able to see it. Yep.
we have your we have other Filipinos joining, so that's exciting. So, guys, I'm Jessica. I'm the social media and community manager at University of the People, and it's always a pleasure to be here with you guys. Like I said, today we're going to interview Artemis about the health science degree program and kind of like his personal story and what it's been like on his journey. So I think a lot of people have signed on, so I'm going to first talk a little bit about University of the People really quickly. For those who don't know, we are an online tuition-free university. You don't have to pay yearly tuition. We just ask for a few minimal fees to keep us up and running. We don't have an actual campus, so this is how we're able to keep costs down. We do have grants and scholarships available if you cannot afford these fees, not to worry. And we have a very strong academic leadership team from the top universities around the world, NYU, Princeton, UC Berkeley, just to name a few. And I'm very excited to announce that we have 44,000 students studying with us from over 200 countries and territories. So this is our largest intake of students yet, and this is partially because of COVID-19. A lot of people are shifting to online education, but don't worry, we are prepared to handle everyone. And since our students are from all over the world, not all of them are proficient in English, so we do offer an English composition course to catch them up to speed. Okay, now I'm going to transition to the degree that we're talking about today, which is health science. So we offer a bachelor's degree and an associate's degree. And our bachelor's degree focuses on preparing our students for exciting careers in healthcare, community organizing, and education. Um, and our associate's degree provides an understanding of more like the social and biological causes of health and illnesses. All of our courses are designed with your future career in mind. So enough of me talking, because enough. Let's turn it over to Artemis. So Artemis, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Artemus. Most people actually address me as Yomi here in my country. Um I've been studying in University of the People for roughly about 4 courses already. If we're gonna be counting the online strategies, which is the basic course that you need to take when you start in the University of the People. I was previously a volunteer HIV counselor in a healthcare institution here in the Philippines. And presently, I'm not employed. So, just like what Jessica said a few minutes ago, that fortunately, I was granted a scholarship because I'm not financially stable at the moment, and especially now that everyone is experiencing a pandemic, it's really tough to get a stable job, and the cost of getting a high degree for studies is not that easy for me.
Okay, yeah, a lot of This is very common, and one of the reasons why University of the People was founded was because we wanted to remove that barrier, that financial barrier. You know, the president of University of the People, Shai Reshef, he really believes that no one should be left behind due to any financial barrier. So I'm happy that you were able to receive a scholarship and continue your education. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about COVID-19, because this is, you know, the topic on everyone's mind. I interviewed Alex. Shout out to Alex if you're watching. He was talking about how COVID-19 is pretty bad in the Philippines, and that was about a month or two ago. Can you give us an update on what's going on with the pandemic?
Well, in reference to COVID 19, the country is still having some issues, unfortunately, and it was overwhelmed on how to manage the pandemic. And presently, we're still struggling. Our healthcare system has some issues on how to manage the number of increasing patients getting COVID. And though our government is trying its best to address the pandemic, unfortunately, if there were some things that was been addressed initially, this would not be the case. And if our healthcare system was able to prepare itself, knowing that we've already managed to experience a lot of different health issues, like the previous one, which is the SARS and the MERS, so and even HIV here in the Philippines. So if we were able to integrate what we have learned on how to manage those kinds of illnesses, maybe at this particular stage with COVID, we will be able to address some of the difficulties that we're experiencing at the moment.
Okay, very interesting. And as a health science, as a health science degree student, what's your take on the situation? I mean, you kind of just mentioned, but maybe you can talk about your perspective from a health science student. I think that might be really interesting.
Yeah. Since I actually started last January as a health science student, it was actually a blessing for me to be able to uh, a degree seeking student here at the University of the People under health science degree. And with the current pandemic, it opened my eyes on how the country could have done its best on addressing this kind of situation. However, because the lack of expertise, and there are some instances that the actual programs that being implemented here in the Philippines is not being like it's not that specialists are being asked prior for it to be integrated. If it the actual specialists like infectious diseases specialists or any healthcare people who would engage themselves in addressing the COVID-19, it could have been much more easier, and it is gonna be much more better for us to have them address this kind of situation.
Right, definitely. So let's go back to your experience studying at University of the People. So you started studying in January?
Yep.
Okay. And what has some of your challenges of getting a higher education been in the past?
Well, I was previously a undergraduate of a bachelor's degree in communication arts here in the Philippines. Unfortunately, due to financial reasons and some personal issues that I have with my family, that's why I wasn't able to pursue my degree at that time. Frankly speaking, I don't have any plans of going back to school. However, because of I'm not plugging NAS Daily, but because I was one of the followers of NAS Daily, I was able to learn about University of the People last year when I was prior for me to leave and attend a scholarship course in Singapore. So I tried to check the actual university and at the same time research more about it. Initially, I thought that it's gonna be difficult, but with the help of my program advisor, was able to enroll in the degree that I wanted to pursue, which is highly different from my previous degree, which is communication arts. So, because I was a previous counselor here in the Philippines, I ventured on to finding much more better degree for me to take under University of the People, which is health science.
Okay, so that was better fitting for you think? And okay, so for those of you who don't know about NAS Daily or what Artemis is talking about, our NAS Daily is a social media influencer, I guess you could call him, and he featured University of the People in a few videos, maybe like a year ago or a little. Yeah, I think it was about a year ago. So we got a lot of exposure, which was really great, and we still have a really great relationship with Nas. He's a great guy. So I don't think Nas is going to be watching these videos, but shout out to Nas if I like 1% miracle you are. He's done a lot for University of the People, and we're very, very appreciative of him. So you can check those videos out on our social media channels, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. They're everywhere. I recommend you check them out if you haven't seen them. Anyways, there's several. Okay, so let's talk about your education. Maybe you could talk about like why you decided to get a higher education, pursue, go down that route. Like, what was your experience in choosing that and University of the People?
Yep. For me, it was actually an opportunity sent by heaven, I think. Being able to register initially in University of the People, at first I was skeptical because I actually asked some of the healthcare providers that I've worked with previously in that institution that I belonged to previously, and they say that it might be something that's good to be true. So what I did is I further communicated with my program advisor after my registration, and he mentioned that I might try to apply for scholarship, knowing that each and every course that you have, especially if it's going to be a proctored course, you'll need to actually spend a little in order for you to complete the actual course. And for me, it's a big challenge, and I don't have the enough capacity to pay for that. So what I did is, at first, I tried to apply for the scholarship. Uh, I think at that particular moment, there wasn't any slot available. So what I said to my program advisor is that it's okay. It doesn't matter. But he said to me that my actual registration would last for 1 year. So just wait for any message coming from the university if there would be a slot available for scholarship. So while I'm actually, before I left for Singapore last year, um, the university emailed me and asked me to resend my application for the grant. So what I did is, without me thinking of any other things, I just sent the application again, and exactly at my birthday there in Singapore, I received the actual message that the grant was awarded. So I was freakingly happy at that particular time that it's timely that it was given to me on my birthday. And that's the first time that I actually went out of the country. I never been outside of the country, and being in Singapore was a very overwhelming experience for me. And including that, I've been given a chance by University of the People to pursue my degree seeking studies as a health science degree student. So hopefully, once I've managed to finish this degree, I will be able to further on giving service to most PLHIVs here in my country as well.
Okay, that's a great story. It's like you were really meant to receive that scholarship. Um, Sorry, did you want to say something, Artemis?
Yeah, it's actually something that I didn't expect for myself, and I'm typically the type of person who just try it out. If the heavens would allow it, I'm thankful. If the heavens doesn't want me to pursue on, I'm still thankful about it. So I just leave it out for the heavens to give whatever is due to me.
I love that. Thank you so much. I really like your positive outlook. I hope it can influence others. Speaking of, I see Alex Padron is joining us. Alex, I don't know if you saw, but I did give you a shout out earlier. Alex is the other Filipino that I interviewed a few months ago. He's a motivational speaker. So shout out to
Oh.
Alex. Thanks for your comment. Um, I just want to talk to our viewers real quick. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to write them in the comments. If I don't see your question like during the live event, we will review and respond after. So this is a good question. I like. I'm gonna put it on the screen from Nestor. What do you plan to use your BS for? This is a great question, Nestor. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the question, Nestor. Actually, the degree that I chosen right now is an associate degree. It's not yet a bachelor's degree. So, given a chance, if the university with the grades that I'll be having would allow me to pursue on getting a bachelor's degree here in the University of the People, I'll still continue on doing that. And my plan for using it is just like what I've learned recently in one of the courses that I'm on right now, which is emotional intelligence. I've learned a lot from that course, and I just learned that I'm a type of person which is more on servicing others.
Hmm.
So what I plan to do and use that degree that I'll be getting in the University of the People is still continue on servicing PLHIVs here in the country, knowing that I'm also a PLHIV myself. And I do wanted to have like a better chance for us to be able to get the quality of care that we really need here in the country, because uh, it is very important for us to be able to have a better quality of care, because it is an overwhelming thing that the country is going through right now also. Aside from the challenges that we're experiencing with COVID, the numbers of PLHIVs in the Philippines are also increasing at the moment. So I do believe that if we learn from both of the illnesses that is currently happening here in our country, we will be able to do something about it.
Okay. And what is the HIV? What's the HIV education or awareness like in the Philippines? I'm curious. Like, are they very proactive about education, or is it something that can improve?
Well, when it comes to the education for HIV in the country, it's much more better compared to when were the time that I was previously diagnosed. That was around 2011. Right now, the program has improved a lot, and awareness campaigns are still ongoing. Social media awareness modules are being presented, and everybody in the social media networks are being informed of what is going on with HIV here in the country at the moment.
Okay, great. It's so cool that you're a part of this. About the service sector of it. Um, Okay, so I want to shift back a little bit to your experience at University of the People. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what your experience has been like with your courses, your program advisors, maybe other students who you've met.
University of the People opened a lot of information for me. It taught me to face what I'm actually going through right now and what the world is actually going through right now. It is timely that I took the health science course here, And the other courses that I'm currently involved previously, like health psychology and emotional intelligence plus health biology, was a big help in understanding how things could have been if we were be able to have people who are supposed to be the one to address the pandemic. It would allow the people of the Philippines be able to understand more and fix it. I do see that it also helped me with my depression recently. Um, it opened a very large window in order for me to help others as well. And it's not going to be limiting me to just staying at home right now and taking care of myself. I'm also still communicating with other clients that I'm still handling at the moment. And though I'm no longer a part of the service providers that I previously was a part of, I'm still doing something on my end to assist them.
Yeah, definitely. And do you feel like the courses besides the emotional intelligence one, do you feel like your other courses helped you enhance your your knowledge and experience?
Well, in regards to like my program advisor, he was really one of the program advisor that I admired the most because whenever that I have any questions that I'm afraid to ask my instructor, my program advisor will be there to be able to explain it properly to me. Just like when I first started here in the University of the People, I just would like to tell everybody that program advisor are your one of your best friends here in the university. And aside from that, with my instructors, just like the previous instructors that I have, I'm still in touch with them, especially with the one with health psychology because she was very much approachable and just like a mother figure to me now when it comes to addressing my own personal dilemmas and issues here at home. So I do understand that it's very difficult for people to transition coming from a physical school going to an online school. But if you're really dedicated and you've really wanted to pursue on a higher education, regardless of the difficulty, as long as you have people to support you, to help you in achieving that, just stick with them. Just don't be afraid to ask them assistance. They were more than willing to help you in this journey of yours.
And that's really great information that you've provided about the university. And what about the flexibility? University of the People is 100% online. So how has that helped you with your completing your degree?
Well, if you're gonna be looking at the actual PDF file under the University of the People, talking about how the University of the People online services are provided to the students, we are only given at least a minimum of 15 hours a week to work on all of those things that we need to accomplish for our courses. It gives us liberty and at the same time freedom for us to be able to manage, and it teaches us actually time management. So it's very much important right now that we were able to put in the time that we have at home in learning and at the same time other things that we would like to still pursue on our lives.
So it's really helped you during this time, you would say, the
Yep.
flexibility. Okay, so that's great information. So I know it's late in the Philippines, so I'm going to ask you one final question so we can let you sleep or whatever it is you want to do with the rest of your night. So my last question to you is, what sort of tips do you have for students looking to transition to an online degree?
Well, first is you need to have your passion first. I know for myself that initially I don't have the passion to go back to school. However, because of what I saw, an opportunity, I grabbed it. Whenever that you actually see something that you wanted to pursue, and an opportunity opens its door for you, don't be afraid to take it. Know how to take a risks, and know when not to take the risks. If it's gonna be something that will allow you to improve as a human being, go go for it. But if you do see that it might actually cause you any harm, then try to think about it for several times before you actually pursue that. And another thing is that online education, you don't have to be afraid of it. It may be new at first, but just like what I've previously said a moment ago, that there's a certain course in University of the People, which is online strategies. It will actually teach you on how to navigate everything from your first day in school, from up until the last thing that you need to do within the week. And you have your program advisor, you have your instructor, you have also your how am I going to say it? Peers, not classmates, because you're no longer in a physical
Right.
school.
Yeah,
So have
exactly.
your peers to assist you. If you have any issues, if you have any problems that you're afraid to talk about first with your program advisor, try to seek some help with your peers. If your peers would not answer, then go to your program advisor. If your program advisor is still busy, go to your instructor. If your instructor is still having some or taking time for you to be addressed at that particular moment that you're trying to seek help, you have also a student assistance desks that would assist you. So you have many options, and don't be afraid to ask help. That's one thing that I would like to reiterate. Asking help, just like with one of the lectures that we previously have, that seeking help doesn't mean that you're weak. It actually allows you to be strong, knowing that you know what you wanted to pursue, you know what you wanted to become, and at the end of the day, you'll be the one to be able to gain in this journey that you're going to undergo.
Okay, those are amazing tips that I think will be so helpful to so many people. I want to remind you guys, like Artemis said, to don't be afraid to reach out for help. This is what your advisors are here for. If you're an applicant, you can always email admissions@uopeople.edu. We have help for, that's what we're here for. Those are our jobs, including me, by the way. Like, I'm not on the, I'm more upfront and I'm more, conducting the live events, but I'm also giving you guys a platform to come here and ask each other questions, engage with each other. This is one of my goals, is to really bring people together. So Artemis, thank you so much for, being such a great sport and staying up late. I really appreciate it. You've been a superstar, so thank you.
That went well.
And thank you to all our viewers for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you are an applicant, I did include a link to the um, application page in the description of this event, so you just have to copy and paste it. If you haven't checked out our Instagram page, also there's great content on there. So lots of great content for you guys. Any questions for you at all, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out to your advisor, admissions, anyone. We're here. Engage with each other.
Even as ambassadors, we're here.
Yeah, let's support each other during these, crazy times. So sending you guys lots of love. Everyone stay safe and healthy and connect with each other. And we'll see you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye,
Have a
Artemis.
nice evening, everyone.
Bye,
See ya.
everyone.
Thanks, Jess.
Thanks, Artemis. Bye.
Bye.